The best way I can sum up Rampage after watching it is Curious George meets King Kong meets Godzilla, all mashed together in one movie. That's what you get with this film. What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another review. The movie I'm going to be talking about today is based off an old video game that a lot of people haven't heard of, but it is kind of nostalgic to some people, and it's a video game movie we didn't even ask for. And that movie is Rampage, directed by Brad Peyton, the director of San Andreas, which starred The Rock. Dwayne Johnson stars in this movie alongside Naomi Harris and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Dwayne Johnson plays primatologist Davis Okoye, a man who is really good at neutering gorillas, and his good gorilla friend George is really playful until one day something very strange happens. This gas comes from this space shuttle and it lands right on Earth. George accidentally gets sprayed by this gas, and then once The Rock sees him again, he's way bigger than he was before. Until they found out that this gas turns animals twice their size. They're way bigger than what they are. Chaos has arrived as a big wolf, a big alligator, and George are gonna wreck through different cities. And so Dwayne Johnson, Naomi Harris, Jeffrey Dean Morgan team together. They gotta stop these monsters. I'm not familiar with this old video game Rampage, but from what I've heard, it's pretty classic to some people, and until I found out they were making a movie on it, it's a monster movie, and it's a big dumb monster movies that we've seen before, like Godzilla or King Kong. I just wanted to see monsters beat the shit out of each other and just destroy havoc, causing some shit. And did Rampage do that? I'd say yeah, it did. This movie is just full of chaos. Like, these monsters destroy a lot of things, and they just beat each other up. That's what this movie is. And if you go into this movie knowing that, you're going to have a fun time with it. And I enjoyed this movie. Is it great? Absolutely not. This movie's not a good movie when it comes to story-wise or character-wise. Just know that going into this film. Out of the humans in this movie, the two people I only liked is first Dwayne Johnson. I mean, Dwayne Johnson, he's like himself in every single movie he's in. He's very charismatic and badass and just plays himself. And it works for this movie. You really do feel that connection with his gorilla George. You feel that bond, that connection, that weird father-son type of thing, and I like that about his character, but I just love Dwayne Johnson's charisma, and I absolutely love Jeffrey Dean Morgan in this movie. I mean, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he's Negan in The Walking Dead, and he plays himself as well. He's very cowboy, he's very western, and he has that type of asshole personality that just works very well. I just liked his talks back and forth with Dwayne Johnson, Naomi Harris, and he really did fit the story. But the number one thing Rampage delivers on as what it was marketed as a monster film, the action in this movie is intense. The final act, the third act in this movie, shit goes down. I haven't seen city destruction this bad since Man of Steel. I mean, stuff goes boom in this movie. Trust me on that. Other than that, guys, that's all Rampage really offered me. Now let's jump into the negatives. The first two acts of this movie are awful, atrocious. They try to set up a backstory and something happens and they have to try to stop it. Like, you get really invested into the characters and like this ape in particular, but once some specific military or police law enforcement gets involved, that's where the movie really drags for me. And it's the military subplot in this film. It's something you've seen a bajillion times before in these disaster monster type of films like Transformers or Godzilla. The military just has to get involved in every movie. And the subplot, this military subplot was so unnecessary. It could have been cut out of the movie entirely. Once you see this movie, you will obviously see one specific scene with a boat, one specific scene in the city with The Rock standing behind, I don't know, a skyscraper. Like, if you look, pay close attention to the green screen work behind you. It is so bad. Is that really a common complaint in these types of films? Yeah, but it really did bother me, and I wanted to see something better. I was like, really? Come on, filmmakers, you could have done something better than that. What is that? It feels like a 2.5 hour long movie because of these unnecessary subplots. You want to get to the third act as soon as possible. But of course, they have to try to set up human characters that you don't need. Naomi Harris, she's a fantastic actress. She was fantastic in Moonlight, and she was great in the James Bond movies with Daniel Craig. But her character in this movie was not good. It was poorly written. Like, they try to give you a reason to care about her character, but it's really bland. I really didn't care about the chemistry with her and Dwayne Johnson, and I didn't care about her backstory, in all honesty. In the end, guys, Rampage, it's a acceptable monster beat-em-up movie that you've seen a million times before, but you enjoy a lot of things about this film, like the third act. You'll see monsters beating each other up and cities exploding, but just weak story, terrible military subplot, and it's Rampage, it's eh. I'm gonna give Rampage a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's average. So there you have it, guys. That was my review of Rampage. Now the question is, what did you think of Rampage? Did you love it, think it was okay, or did you absolutely hate it? Let me know down below. Thank you guys, as always, for watching this review, and if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe today for more content. All my social media links are in the description down below. Click that notification bell on your way out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!